0-0.
So I'll be curious to see where you think Tyson McGuffin may return serve from Christian Alshon, just because we saw him so heavily utilize that inside out. It was a weapon in the quarterfinal matchup.
Yeah, both of these players are going to be looking to eliminate any backhands they have to hit on their side. You will see Alshon hit a two-handed backhand, but they are going to make people play from there. How good is your footwork to run around it and hit, as Tyson loves to call it, his Ferrari forehand?
I was going to say, how good is your Ferrari forehand, Dave?
It's got to be on point here, or you will not win.
Point.
Also known to have a big serve, Tyson McGuffin.
Point.
And that big serve is creating errors to start here. And when you know it's going to be a tight match, getting freebies off your serve is huge.
Tyson McGuffin, a former 5'5" ranked tennis player. Originally out of Lake Chelan, Washington. You know the main crop grown in Lake Chelan?
Please share.
Oh, come on, Dave. Apples. How you like them apples?
Love apples.
It's wine country as well.
Point. 1-3.
Christian Alshon out of the University of Chicago. And the bark early for Tyson McGuffin.
You wondered, is he going to need 3 points, 4? Where's it going to be? What's it going to be? It's got some hat problems. The flow is affected that hat here, but he'll get that squared away. He's been messing with it the whole match.
3-1.
A lot of hair to keep back, Dave.
I know it. A lot of lettuce.
Woohoo is right for Tyson McGuffin.
I mean, Alshon's like, what do I got to do? I hit a perfect return, and
4-1.
McGuffin runs it down and then sings a little tune.
And early, Tyson McGuffin is firing on all cylinders.
Work on those hands.
We've seen that a lot too.
Work on those hands.
And the floater lands.
Yeah, Alshon is holding on to the ball on purpose here. He's like, there's no way that's staying.
6-1. Point.
Tries to work with a sliced backhand return, and it's still all Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, he's trying to make Alshon volley with that one-handed backhand.
Side out.
Christian Alshon had quite the tennis pedigree. He was a 5-star blue chip recruit before he was at Virginia and then moved on to the University of Chicago, originally out of Boca Raton, Florida.
I mean, that was a terrific serve from Alshon, and yet McGuffin able to take advantage of that with a backhand return and then put the ball away with a nice drop. Boy, everything going McGuffin's way so far.
And I like the steady approach there instead of the volley, which we had talked about throughout the day, running in through that transition zone, getting more aggressive, taking time away. He was a little more calculated, taking the ball off the bounce.
Because he had Alshon on the dead sprint and out of position, so no need to be in a hurry there.
Side out.
Finding the alley.
One eight. Point.
What you don't see on screen is just how much spin there is.
Yeah, that ball was hit with pace and diving away from McGuffin, and that's why he barely got the edge of that Selkirk paddle on it.
And Christian Alshon.
A side out call. This is the
I was
second
gonna say,
time
I think
today.
this
No,
is
this
in.
ball's in. This is the second time a thumbs up has been interpreted as a miss by our referees. We are being too nice as competitors. I understand why the referee read it that way, but that was a compliment from McGuffin to Alshon there.
Well, this stays here. So we go back to Christian.
Dave, what do you think could be the trigger for Christian Alshon here to get himself a handful of points here in game one?
Well, I like what he's doing now with he's picked that down the line on McGuffin and beat him there a couple times with both the forehand and the backhand. So if McGuffin's cheating because he thinks it's going to go backhand, keep going there till he corrects. We'll see if he stays with that. And he does. He just missed it. He had an opening there. So, you know, he's seen a little pattern here that got him a couple there. Will McGuffin adjust? We'll find out.
8-3.
Ooh, like Bambi on ice out there. That one made me nervous. The wink.
Yes, get me to shore, please.
Side up.
I like it. Tyson knows what he needs in terms of his mentality.
Yeah, because he talked about it earlier. He's not a trash talker. He's loud because people think, oh, no, he's not a trash talker. He is barks loud, gets the crowd involved. That's the way he gets himself motivated.
Hard work paying off for Tyson McGuffin.
And he just feeds off the crowd giving it back to him, and that's, you know, that's why, and you know, you're going to see him
9-3.
yelling, stick the tongue out. It's part of the whole thing, and that's why he's in another semi.
Point.
I didn't expect
Time out,
this.
receiver.
Just
to get your recordings, folks. Don't miss it.
game point for Tyson McGuffin.
Side up.
Wow.
That's one way to get it done. Make him work for it, Tyson.
And then McGuffin playfully throws it over to the side. I love it.
3-10. Side up.
A lot of barking after backhand volley winners, so pretty excited about that.
10-3. Side up.
I've enjoyed watching Christian Alshon just when he gets the opportunity to take that step back, really hang on to that paddle and wait a second before the winning shot.
Yeah, he wanted to see if McGuffin was going to overcommit. It was sort of like a soccer penalty kick there.
That's what it feels like.
That one was won by Alshon. So was that. Great job reaching in there.
Four 10. Point. Ball
Tyson believing that ball just in bounds, but belief sometimes isn't enough.
A belief, I mean,
5,
it's
10.
part of it, but it's got to actually land in the court, too. That's the most important part.
And pegging the right shoulder.
Yes. such a smart play by McGuffin there. He knows when he drops it, he has to be so precise. On the one before that, it wasn't good enough, and Alshon was able to reach and get it out of the air. That time he did, and then he's in complete control.
10-5.
See if he can close it out here.
And the second time for Tyson McGuffin. Body up as Tyson McGuffin gets game number 1 over Christian Alshon.
Patented shots. Good job by McGuffin of not giving him that opportunity, but the returns have to be better. And that's a great start for Alshon there. And, you know, he's got to remember, hey, I've beaten this guy. Okay, he played a pretty clean game number 1. Can he do that again if I'm putting constant pressure on him? And can he find the backhand? It's hard to do with McGuffin. But there we go. Very nice.
One zero.
And another. So Christian Alshon going back to the bread and butter.
Yeah, I mean, if McGuffin's going to leave that there, all Alshon has to do is channel all the other matches he's played today where that was the difference maker.
Side up.
We mentioned the other matches for Christian Alshon. He took on Jay DeVilliers, beating him 11-4, 11-7 in the quarterfinals. And it was Gabriel Tardio prior to that. Just 2 games played. And Marshall Brown in first round action.
Side up. Two, zero. Side up.
For Tyson McGuffin, his journey came after defeating the 30 seed, then faced off against 14, which was Hayden Patrick-Quinn. And then number 27, Jonathan Medina Alvarez.
Yeah, we've seen a bunch of the North Carolina favorites here doing well. Colin Schick was somebody they were really excited to see, so that was a really good first round win for Patrick-Quinn.
That's big. That was 11-4, 12-10 for Patrick-Quinn. Excuse me.
Side up.
They have gotten to see a lot of Schick. I know we don't show the backdraw, but Schick's got a lot of wins in the backdraw, and I think he's going to get all the way to the 5th place match here if he isn't there already. So that guy is grinding his way through. In fact, it looks like he has won that 5th place match. So that's a legit singles player, as we saw earlier this year in Daytona.
Saw Colin Schick, the journey for him coming all the way through the qualifier and making it to the men's pro final versus Ben Johns.
Yes, at least today. The qualies were yesterday, so you didn't have to do all of that in one calendar day.
Tyson was highly successful on that exact same rundown in game number 1 on the backhand side. An error popping in now.
Side up.
Half a second late there for Alshon. He had the ball down and wasn't there, and then by the time he was able to attack, ball was too low, caught the net.
And I thought this might be coming.
1, 2.
Potentially, he's checking his paddle. You saw him kind of testing the middle of it with his hand.
Two.
Hearing that potentially it's the handle.
Side up.
Great job by Alshon of reaching in there. Again, don't let that ball bounce if you can take it out of the air. So keep an eye on all these paddle situations as well.
tough after the return. Now, in terms of a return, do you like short hopping that a little bit quicker, even in the game of singles versus doubles where you've got to get to that kitchen line? Same thing here, but what do you think in terms of timing?
Yeah, it depends on where it is. A lot of these players like to step in and get a running start. And if you don't like what that has been able to do for you and the serves are consistently deep, short hopping it gives you a chance to get up because you're starting from basically the baseline. So if you feel good about being able to get depth on that, the problem is you don't get a swing at it. So short hops often end up short, Cameron, and that's the challenge.
It's a little bit easier and less risky, I guess, more so in the game of doubles. Gives you a chance to get all the way up there. You got to have great placement in the game of singles, though, because if you're returning and running to the net and your return is not great, you will be torched.
Yeah, you might want to just stay back. There's a negative bark that you don't see very often.
That one was at the mailman.
4-2. Side out.
The unicorn, a missed serve.
2-4.
Tyson McGuffin getting himself back within one. Again, men's semifinal action. Federico Stackstrud awaits the winner of this on Championship Sunday. That's one of the unique elements, too, in terms of this format is you earn your right to play on Sunday, and you've got to change gears for the next day as you head to mixed doubles.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, good for you. Now go play great mix tomorrow.
This game will stretch you in multiple ways. From style to strategy.
Yes. Yeah, it's three. You know, we use the term discipline sometimes, and you have to be disciplined in each of the events to play it the way you need to win, and your partner plays a big role in that. And suddenly that Alshon very clean game.
You mentioned James Ignatowicz. You're wondering where he ended up in the draw. It was a little bit more of a challenging day for him, having taken a first-round loss to Naveen Beasley. And there was a much-anticipated matchup potentially between Jack Sock and Big Papa Jimmy. It never came to fruition, as they're testing his vocals. His vocal range, to be exact.
His range, we've had soprano, we've had bass, we've had the whole thing.
He's his entire choir.
Oh, okay. Little tomahawk finish there for Alshon. That's when you take the paddle on the forehand side, but then reverse your wrist over and hit it. Reaching away, that gives you just a little extra reach, and you can finish down. Smart choice there from Alshon. We replay the Let's here on PPA, assuming it stays within the rectangle.
There it is, Christian Alshon. So what's needed and to be able to hit that shot?
So the serve has to set up that ball, and that ball cannot be within a foot of the baseline or you don't have the angle. It's got to be shorter in that transition area, and Tyson's seen enough of that. So that is a great adjustment by Alshon of going to the same spot on the court, because you know McGuffin's got to run to it, and getting on that ball and hitting it down the line. So there's the same setup, trying to go inside in. We just talked about inside out. Pulled it way too hard down the line.
7.
Ridiculous court coverage there, because McGuffin thought he had hit a clean winner.
7-5.
Add another one, Christian Alshon. earns a missed return.
And Tyson knows if he leaves it short, he's got himself a problem, so that creates errors.
Man, it's the same pattern we saw time and time again. I feel like I'm playing back. Jay Devilliers on the outstretched kitchen line volley on the backhand side, just dropping that short right over the top of the net. It's also hard too because even when you do get a paddle on it, from that point of extension, your range is so limited.
Yeah, and it's down, so you have to put the ball up in the air, and the next ball is a problem for you if you do get it back.
Point.
Feels like all you can do is chop that down like you're seeing Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, so great job by Alshon of setting it up through his serve to get that ball that he prefers.
And he changed locations, going back, not just middle, but slightly off center.
Yes, and then he made his whole team panic as it looked like he was going for that ball, but just having a little fun.
5-9.
And this time Tyson goes head up with the exact same pattern. He plays into it. Now it's almost as if you can anticipate it coming too.
For sure. So he said, I've seen enough of this, so I'm going to make you have to hit it on the return. But guess what? You are way back, and I'm coming forward. Great serve again from McGuffin there to take Alshon off the net.
Tyson with a small surge, 7-9.
See if he goes for that hard serve in the corner again. Ball is such a part of everyone's life.
Take your vacation days with us on the Carvana PPA Tour.
Absolutely, and I think that's called wide from Alshon. I think we're getting an out call, and I think Alshon's hoping McGuffin challenges it.
We have a video challenge.
And in fact, it will be a video challenge off the out call.
The call was overruled. Mr. Tyson would not lose the timeout. The score will be 8-9.
Well, you heard it. Mr. Tyson was in fact correct. Ball and bounds. I think maybe that's the new nickname.
Mr. Tyson.
Mr. Tyson.
8-9.
There we go.
I love it.
It's in play.
And he goes with another one, 9-all.
Mr. Tyson looking very good. He's had that name for exactly 30 seconds, and he's smoking winners past Alshon.
An odd angle as he came to the kitchen line for his paddle, but it worked.
It did. Alshon had a chance to get that ball down, couldn't do it, and McGuffin was able to get that, and look where we are. Get to Sunday point right here.
10-9.
Match point for Tyson McGuffin. Looky-see, looky-do.
And looky wrong direction if you're McGuffin. Great job. Alshon's done that consistently today, letting them move first and then hitting a winner. Great save of a match point right there.
Ball out of bounds. That was a wild angle in terms of his wrist all the way pushed to the left side of his body, hitting a forehand.
Yeah, tucked the elbow and tried to hit his favorite shot again, but I think inside in might have been better there. We'll never know.
Tyson McGuffin, game 2, and the match